What's up, people, man? It is your boy Spaces, and today, man, we are taking a look at Lander Composer. This is a AI generated chord progression that will definitely, if you're a beginner, take your music to the next level. And if you're advanced already, this could definitely help you generate ideas. Let's take a look at it. Now, before we get started, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. In the comments, let me know, are you using AI tools? Are you using other chord progression tools? Are you using melody generators? Let's talk about this. This is something that we got to talk about, and we got to look into it and see if it's something that we're going to be using. Lander Composer is an AI-driven compensation tool that will help you create tracks effortlessly. It's perfect for quick ideas, overcoming writer's block, and even building entire compensations. So we're not going to talk about it. You already know how we do here. We're going to go check it out. Let's see what we got going on here. So as you can see here, this is the Lander Composer. First thing I want to show you is that you have the reverse or start from the beginning. You have your play, you have your stop. Also, you have your DAW sync. This is going to sync to whatever DAW that you're using. And you have this little magical button is what I like to call it. And it generates new chords and performances and all that good stuff. Now, I have a track set up here, so I'm not going to bother this, so to say, but I'm going to still get a chance to kind of show you how it works. Now, here you have your undo and redo, which I think is valuable. This is valuable. Undo and redo is very valuable. You don't know how valuable it is until you don't have it. So definitely. Now, if we come down here, the first thing I want to show you is your scenes, which you can create different scenes across here, which will allow you to play these different scenes also. So if you want to come here, if I click this button here, it will play the scene in sequence, and I'm going to show you how that works. I just want to show you this real quick here. You have your progression. You can add progressions here. You can do all kind of things in this little area. This is just adding. You can add up to however many you want, right? Now, if you come down here, you have your chords, you have melodies, you have bass, and you also have arpeggiators, which I think is pretty cool. You can add more than one at a time. So if I wanted to add another chord, I can, and it'll add it down here. And then from here, I just keep going. I'm going to take this one away, and I'm going to show you there's melodies, there's bass. And if I click in here and then little deal here, it'll actually take me to the actual progression itself. This is where everything happens, right? So if I wanted to, let's just use chord for the example. Now, I can generate new performances. I can even go in here and add rhythm to it. There is based on rhythmic rules. As you can see, you have all bars, every beat, 1/8, 1/16 note, off beat, on beat, both of them, right? So I could choose either one of them. You have your polyrhythm. You can set it up all the way up to 12/8, which is weird, but hey, people do it, right? So also you have these little knobs here. You have your polyphony, you have your spread, your strum, octaves. You have all kind of things here. If you turn this, you'll start to see these things here will start to move around for you. Now, if I want to lock anything, I lock it in place. I can move everything else, and this does not move. No matter if I generate a new idea or not, it will stay there, right? Which is dope. Now, even from here, you can drag your MIDI. This is drag and drop into your DAW. Now, usually most of the chord progression tools that I've used either will allow you to run like channels into it where you can play or drag and drop. Now, this one particularly, I have not seen where you can actually run like a channel and it plays directly to the DAW. Usually what I have seen on this particular one is that you can actually play the sound here and you can choose different instruments and generate what you want, not play it directly. So I'm gonna show you that. All right, so here's what we're looking at here. I'm gonna go back to scene 2. Now I'm in chords, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to mute this for now because I don't want to play the particular track, but I'm just going to solo this one here and play what I have on here. Wrong one. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock that. right? So you can actually hear the instrument playing. You can even turn it up here. Now this is where you can actually solo the track, you can mute the track or delete the track. So if I come in here, as you can see over here, I have sound categories. Maybe I want a pad. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now if I wanted to add a favorite here or something, like I can. If I want to add a plug, right? So if I go back to pad here, I can do all these different types of pads. So what that does is it gives you an opportunity to kind of hear what it would sound like in real time. So if I wanted to just create, if I'm creating this for plucks and not pads, I can go in here and choose my plucks and choose different kinds of plucks. So when I'm looking for my instruments, I can match that particular sound to that, right? And it does the same thing for all of the instruments that they have here, which I think is very, very cool for this particular plugin. Now, if I go down, I'm going to mute this and I'm going to play the melody. So if I play melody, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go in here now. I want to change this up. Now, if I add some density, you'll see it automatically changes. I can make this a little bit simpler or complex. I can add some variations if I wanted to. If I want to not add that many variations, I wanted to kind of repeat the same thing, I can turn that down. And of course you have your silence, which means that it's going to cut some of it out, and your octaves, which is going to determine what octave that it plays in. You have all kind of control here. Same thing applies here for the rhythmic rule and the polyrhythm. Same exact rules apply. Now it's same exact thing for the bass. The bass has the same thing. Now, one thing you will notice about the bass, when you go in here and you go to add it, you still see some different, you see some of the same things, but you also see humanized, which means that it's going to make the bass a little bit more human. So each section has its own set of things that you can do in it. Some of them are the same and some of them are specific to that actual area that you're using. Now, if I wanted to play this and I wanted to create an idea, I have this idea, and then I'm gonna go here and create another idea, right? So I can go here and I can hit this little play scene. I call it almost remind me of like a link. So if I click this, it'll play through. And then it'll just go to the next scene. You'll see it kind of go up here at the top. So not only do you have the access to create these chords, but you also have the access to create different scenes across the thing here. So now if I wanted to add more to this, I can. Let's say if I wanted to do 8, generate another chord progression. And I'm gonna unlink this because I just want to play it in this one. And what I'm gonna do, instead of the bass, I'm gonna do the chord. Right? That's pretty cool. That is cool. And so what you do from here, let's go, if I want to do this. Now, what I'm gonna do now, I am going to play this particular track here. What I'm going to do, because this will keep playing if you don't mute it, so I'm going to mute this because I don't want it to play in what I have here. So I'm just going to play this particular track here and just get an idea here. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave that mute. So I want to add some kind of a melody for my juror here, right? So I'm going to add, I'm going to go back to Lander Composer. I'm going to go here and I want to create an arpeggiator. All right, let's go create an arpeggiator. And so I'm going to go here so I can hear it, number one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pluck here. I'm going to mute everything except for this. And now I'm going to play, bring that over so you can see it. And I'm just going to play. I'm going to generate something different. I'm going to add a little, I want it to kind of repeat itself a little bit, but I'm going to add some complexity to it. Add a little density. Add a little bit of silence so it don't hit all of them. I like that. All right, and so what I'm going to do now is actually grab this MIDI and I'm going to drag it over to the Jura. And now I'm going to find a sound. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to mute this. And now I just want to hear the Jura, and let's see if we can get a good sound. Yeah, it's a little too soft. I think I want something plucky. So let's go here. Yeah. Going to play it with this. I'm gonna make this a little bit add tag to it. Now I'm gonna play it with the track. Let's see what we got here. All right, and as you can see, man, Lander Composer, this thing is crazy. I actually love it. It's very quick, intuitive. It's perfect for sparking creativity. It can definitely get you started, or it can get you finished, man. And with the scenes, you can see how you can create an entire song with that part alone, just creating the scenes and playing it through just to see what it would sound like. It's just dope, bro. So what do you think about Lander Composer? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Again, this is not an affiliate. This is just me enjoying something and present it to you guys. I would love to hear the songs that you come up with it. That would be pretty dope. So man, just keep creating. I hope somewhere in this channel that it'll bring your production to inspiration. And I thank you that all the tools that we have, that it'll just allow us to keep producing music and keep creating like we love to do. So I will see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.